social media is on fire right now. This is as a result of the uncovering of certain secrets that we were not privy to. These secrets is so mysterious, and it revolves around the demise of Promise Iluroluwa Aloba, aka Mohbad. We've been on this for a while now, and it has sucked emotion, money, time, and in fact, some irreplaceable has been taken out of a lot of people on this journey of justice for Mohbad. Talk about the tears. Well, like I said, this is serious. This is bombshell. Social media is on fire. What was uncovered? Well, as you all know, the driver of the SUV broke the camel's back. Sam Larry also came and he was asked certain questions. You'll be shocked. You'll be shocked at some of the update. And you definitely want to ask yourselves, why? 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 Was the spirit of death so strong? So strong. It held on to the jugular of Mohbad and it didn't let go. And it was looking for every avenue to make sure that his light gets dimmed. You know, we are talking of a situation that people have asked questions, and there are more questions than answers. Not until recently, light shined at the end of the tunnel. That light, I guess, will give you a little bit of comfort. It will make you kind of chill a little bit, because you know, people became so kind of they became so rattled up. People became so angry. People didn't like what was happening. They didn't even they just felt so upset. They were so upset. They wondered why. Why did this happen to this young man this way? Why? This why has been on the lips of a lot of people, thousands of people till today. They are still asking why. Well, without further ado, we are not going to waste time on this one. We will not be wasting time on this one. Let us find out the answers to those questions. Why? What about Cynthia? What was her effort? What are the things she did that we were not aware of? What did the driver see? What did the driver hear? What about Prime Boy? What about everything? What about those 14 other people? What did the driver do? Did the driver stay right in Mohbad's house? Was he there all through? What did he see? All of this detail is what we are going to move together with. One thing that is certain, and you cannot play with it, make sure nobody in any way unalive you. That's the most important, so that your story will not be like this.
They said his leg,
Fake-Kemi, Jotro long. Mad
not Fake-Kemi, Ayobami. They said his leg.
Yeah, Ayobami, Jotro long. Let me just make my submission. I'm going to drop. Let me just make my submission. I'm going to drop and you can continue.
Make a brief, brother.
Boy, time so ye. The only reason we're concerned, and that makes all of us that want justice, is Baoloshima seeing your buy. It's not about, they could have given him a good burial. They could have bought him a coffin that is twice as long. But they did not. They did not. Wọ́n kọ́ ọrùn ẹ̀ síbẹ̀ yẹn. Autopsy wá sọ fún wa pé òun ò rí pé ọrùn yẹn gan kán. Ó lóun ò rí pé damage wà. Even though Yomi said they sent a text that they push my brother.
The stairways, yeah.
Am I okay, she can drop. You're not gonna make me live. You're making me mix things up. Only brother me from his stairs, and he died. Auntie, it means that there was no control for the owner of that body. That body was recklessly kept under the stairs, even though we could not establish if he rented a house, but now we know that he owns a 2 plot, or he owns a plot across the house, and he was above everybody. He was part of the landlords of Lekki. He was better than everyone that has not bought any house in Lekki. Even though they said he was so poor that he could not achieve anything. As a carpenter's son that was raised by a single father, as we are portrayed to know that. But we also know that that father allowed his son to get pregnant to a daughter that was not even up to the task. Kí ni bàbá yẹn ṣe fẹ́ kí Mohbad ní ọmọ? Wọ́n tún wá ní bàbá wa béèrè ọ̀rọ̀ ilẹ̀ Wùmí sọ.
Duke, don't let us go too far into all of that. Hold on.
I'll give my submission.
Your submission is getting too boring now.
I'm
just saying things starting more.
It's not.
Don't let us go.
We're going back, man. We're talking about today's corona, please.
We are talking about today as in doctors and fixing the timing of what has happened.
The more you go into the corona today,
leave your connecting dots at the moment now. Let's just understand what happened.
Don't try to connect the dots.
You said you are trying to connect the dots.
Do that one on your platform. Do that one on your platform. Read.
I want bribe.
Not bribe connect dots now.
Ayobami, John to the long.
I've been holding up for about 10 minutes for you now.
Mabino, I will leave the platform for you guys. I will leave the platform. Ẹ̀gbọ́n Wùmí ti jẹ́ ká mọ̀ pé àwọn bribe àwọn ọlọ́pàá tí Yomi sọ fún wa pé wọ́n ti gbé case lọ síbẹ̀ yẹn fún. What I don't get is why, as the authorities that are bigger than the police, that are the branch, Togbelo, Yomi was with the head of in Lagos, but they need to downgrade that case back to the. If you talk to read 3 seconds video, and we have to understand what is going on right here. Àwa náà là ń ṣera wa. This case is not just about we. It's not about us. We're just trying to figure out kí ló pa bọ̀bọ́ ẹ̀, kí ló dé tó pa. Why did they have to end his life? But Wùmí ti sọ fún wa pé ìjọ tó máa kú yẹn. Go and listen to that interview. She was wearing green. Ó ní ìjọ tí Mohbad máa kú. Ó dẹ̀ tí wọ́n sọ pé ikú tí ó yẹ kí.
God.
Ọmọ tó bí kú. No.
Mr. Duku, you go and do this on your platform now.
No. It's not about.
We will read it.
It's not on my platform.
always
It's
read
not on my
your
platform.
submission.
Fèékẹ́mi. Èpè wà lẹ̀ bó fẹ́ ọkọ̀.
Èpè tó bá máa ṣe pé èpè máa ń wò kó
èmi ò ní ṣe pé èpè wà lẹ̀.
all this your narrative.
Because you feel that.
Go and do it on your platform.
Ìwọ lọ́rọ́ kó wá.
O sọ̀rọ̀ Yaba Èkó gbogbo ẹ̀ ló sọ̀pọ̀ o jẹ́ ká rí kọ̀ọ̀kan.
Ẹjọ́ kò fẹ́ sáré béèrè one question lọ́wọ́ Mr. Owó ní kókó or Mr. Fèyíkẹ́mi mi mọ any one of them tó bá lè answer me.
Fine babe, go on.
Please, I just want to ask, did the doctor ever mention performing a CPR today, please?
Yes.
I want to bring
Yes, he mentioned it that he tried to perform CPR on the body. He tried to breathe into his mouth.
A medical personnel here, please, can somebody just confirm to me if tó bá yẹ pé bóyá wọ́n máa ń ṣe CPR on òkú tó ti gan or anything like that? Somebody should just confirm that to me.
Of course.
Because we are having the narrative now. You know, I know we have a lot of intellect on this platform, and I've been enjoying the conversation so far. And I really appreciate this platform for giving everybody the opportunity to hear their opinion. So my own thought about all this is, I don't think the doctor will conceal any information about bóyá Mohbad forígbálẹ̀, ó rí egbò lórí ẹ̀, or ó rí ẹsẹ̀ tó ti kán.
No, not the doctor. Fine, babe, not the doctor. Is the psychologist.
No. I mean the doctor. The
Perez doctor.
They never asked him about that. He never said anything about.
He explained something about that,
and
he let us to know that he saw the injury
lying to her. She's trying to lay a background. Let's listen to her.
Okay.
Yeah, what I'm trying to say is they took Mohbad to Perez Hospital, and the doctor from Perez came to Corona today, if I'm right, because I wasn't there.
You are correct.
From all what we've been hearing from those people that were there. My own thought is, if a doctor really examined Mohbad, like he said that he examined it, he actually performed a CPR on him. Assume it wáyé pé òkú Mohbad ti gan, mi mọ òyìnbó gígan, mi mọ bí mo ṣe lè sọ in English, sorry about that. Tó wáyé pé bóyá òkú Mohbad ti gan, I don't think the doctor will perform CPR on him. I think Dr. She hope that maybe he might still be alive or something. That's when you perform CPR.
I think he did that.
This is what he said.
To answer your question, he did that reluctantly.
This is what he said.
Hello?
Hold on. Let's take it one after the other.
Complete my statement. They can answer me. Sorry about that. Because I'm actually driving and I'm on the highway. Sorry. And another thing that I want to point out is, when they took Mohbad to his hospital and they examined him, assuming he saw anything suspicious on his body, I'm sure he would have mentioned it today that they brought him and I noticed that his leg was broken, his head was broken. I think he should mention that. Please, if anybody was at the Corona that can just...
Okay.
Yeah, thank you so much.
I want to go you at the Corona, but from what I heard from the people that were there, they said he tried to perform.
Yeah, you're right.
He tried to perform, not that he performed.
He performed.
So
he did few things.
Yes, he did CPR on him.
You were there. Oh, yeah, answer.
Yeah, Madam Fine Babe, well done, ma. Doctor yẹn, according to him, ó ní ìgbà tí wọ́n gbé Mohbad dé pé òun wà ní
first floor
tó wọ́n attend sí patient kan lọ́wọ́. Ni wọ́n wá pè òun pé emergency. By the time tó máa fi dé sálẹ̀, òun bá gbogbo wọn, even though àwọn nọ́ọ̀sì àwọn wà pẹ̀lú wọn.
But then check first.
Pé àwọn míì káwọ́ lérí nínú wọn, àwọn míì jẹnsẹ̀ mọ́lẹ̀, àwọn pariwo ìmọ́lẹ̀. Òun wá sọ pé ní kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀, because òun rí nínú couch àbí kí náà pé tó wà lifeless tó gbé sí. Òun wá súnmọ́, wọ́n béèrè lọ́wọ́ àwọn tí wọ́n gbé wá pé kí ni tó ṣe. Wọ́n dẹ̀ sọ fún dókítà yẹn pé nọ́ọ̀sì ń treat ẹ̀ lọ́wọ́, ẹni ó collapse, ó vomit, ó dẹ̀ collapse, pé nọ́ọ̀sì yẹn dẹ̀ sá lọ, nọ́ọ̀sì yẹn dẹ̀ ti lọ. Wọ́n sọ fún dókítà bẹ́ẹ̀, ṣe understand báyẹn. So dókítà wa ní pé òun fẹ́ examine ẹ̀, òun tó wá béèrè lọ́wọ́ yín pé ìgbà wo ló ṣẹlẹ̀, wọ́n ní not quite ago. So due to that statement pé kíní yẹn ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ ṣe láìpẹ́ yìí ni, not quite long, pé ló mú òun fi examine ẹ̀, pé òun fi examine ẹ̀ láti press àyà ẹ̀ pé bóyá ẹ̀jẹ̀ ló sá lọ tó tẹ́jẹ̀ bá ti sá padà síbi ọpọlọ yẹn pé ó máa lè padà wá sáyé. By the time tó ń press àyà ẹ̀, tí òun tún ní pé àwọn nọ́ọ̀sì yẹn pé kán support òun láti examine ẹ̀, pé ìgbà tí kinní yẹn tí ò work, òun wojú ẹ̀ wò kò work, òun wá ní pé kóun sí ẹnu ẹ̀, kóun open ẹnu ẹ̀, ló wá realize pé àwọn ẹ̀ ti yọ eyín ẹ̀ dẹ̀ ti stiff pa mọ́ àwọn yẹn ibẹ̀ yẹn ìgbà tó open ẹnu ẹ̀ ló ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ realize pé ego motive ó ti set in. So explanation ti
kò become back pé òun tún wọ ẹsẹ̀ ó ti ní àwọn dot kan àbí.
So which means he proceeded to examine, having heard that not quite long.
Yes.
So he was
Can I say something?
Yeah, why not, Richie?
Which is very important. The doctor never attempt the PCR that you guys are talking about. The guy brought out the stethoscope. Hold on. He brought out the stethoscope and he did something like called bradycardia and tachycardia. He's looking for a vital sign. Are you getting the point? He's trying to check whether, okay, is anything coming up? And you can only do that by placing your stethoscope on the chest of that person.
Okay, so, Mr. Rishi, what is pressing of the chest? The chest.
Yeah, if you do that, that's defibrillator. That is you're performing a CPR, and I don't think.
Yes, that is what he did. He said when he was tired, he asked his other doctor to.
He was tired.
Continue.
that means
so
for a dead body.
Press the body to go. Come on.
Defibrillator gone. He can even use the defibrillator. It doesn't have to. We are not stupid.
Then.
Exactly.
That limits the kind of narrative that we fly around. When you're fly narrative, we should just limit to what is factual. We shouldn't follow.
This is what I can say. Thank God. Thank God the doctor said everything that happened was at the reception. Everything was at the reception. Which means they will have CCTV camera that will have recorded everything that happened there.
He said he went back to watch.
Another thing, doctor has said pé examine ẹ̀. Ó mi pé tó bá examine ẹ̀, orí ẹ̀ tó sọ pé ó fi gbálẹ̀ ẹ̀, ó yẹ kí doctor lè rí pé bóyá eléyìí ti forí gbálẹ̀ ọrùn ẹ̀ ti kán, orí ẹ̀ wú, ọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀ ti kún or something like that.
Ìgbà tó fẹ́ gbé sínú pósí lọ ni wọ́n bend ọrùn ẹ̀ o.
Orí ẹ̀ mọ̀ pé ó sẹ́kọ̀n ti ṣubú lórí staircase, àwọn narrative.
And don't forget, hold on, guys. Don't forget, the doctor could not proceed further because he was wet.
Yeah.
He said he couldn't do much because the body was wet.
Ladies, we are analyzing what happened at the what doctor said today.
Yes, we are analyzing what happened at the court. Wrong things.
No.
Where are you coming from?
Richie, the only time he blocked the gate was because he had to collect his money for the glass that was broken.
He didn't block the gate. He parked in front of the gate. Then let us correct that. He said he parked in front of the gate. That doesn't mean he blocked.
He said he crossed the gate with his own
àwọn tó lọ ra nǹkan ní 3 a.m. ńkọ́ àwọn tó lọ ra nǹkan 3 a.m. ńkọ́.
They had to take Mohbad's car to do that round.
Okay, reverse. Okay, reverse. Thank you.
Mr. Ayobami.
They had to do that runs.
Duke, please 1 minute. Please 1 second, sir. Mr. Ayobami.
Okay,
according to driver, my own suggestion is Obama the driver is because the guy blocked the gate. That's the reason why T1
Listen, Owonikoko, I don't want to believe the guy blocked the gate because of No. He said when he got there, there was a car. There was a car. There was a car that was blocking the
Richie. Block gate. Nǹkan tí àwọn kan ṣe rí pé mọ́tò kan park.
Mọ́tò Prado yẹn lọ rí.
Somebody came up with the story that he brought the gate deliberately because he needs his money.
Yes. I don't think he will do that. I don't think he will have done that.
Very, very untrue. He actually did it. He actually did it because he didn't block the gate so that someone will have no. He won't have blocked the gate. He parked
Did you? No. The driver.
He wasn't confrontational with them now. He wasn't confrontational with them.
There wasn't any confrontation. He was even pleading. He was pleading to them not to fight.
Don't let us.
Listen, he didn't have any problem with them. He just wanted to make sure that he got the money.
Exactly.
He got his money. To repair the window.
Money in front of the house.
And he
cannot even stop now, gentlemen. Even if you park outside, he cannot stop anybody from going up.
He cannot.
He can't.
No. Are we saying
there wasn't any confrontational issue between the family and the driver?
Calm down.
Let's take
Are we saying that Prime Boy is lying that a glass never broke, and Spending is lying that he was seated in the car carrying the baby and he never saw a glass
and all the story about stopping on the bridge fighting? The driver debunked that.
And all stopping about throwing the baby inside the lagoon.
The driver
debunked all of that.
Yeah. The driver has come to debunk everything that everyone has said. Only ọ̀fẹ́ ju baby sí lagoon. Ó dẹ̀ ní pé òun láti gba owó òun because his boss, remember, that is working for somebody.
Yeah, he's working for the company.
Of course.
He blocked the gate. I'm going to drop now.
Okay.
Go was surprised.
Probably do the time, yeah.
Are you still here till this time? Yeah.
That's a false pretense, though, because the guy started knocking the door.
No. Driver said, Ume asking. Driver said, Ume asking, when did you come back? He now told Ume that, no, I didn't go. This is where I slept.
Yeah, that's true.
So, but what I'm saying is, the driver started knocking the door.
Richie,
the
people that have not slept 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and they will wake up
one time. I know.
Leave your submission.
One time. There's nothing you can say now that can run out mad. In that point. At the end of the day, this guy blocks. This guy uses powers. He was protecting the vehicle that was rented from his company, and he realized that he has to get that money. She glass here funny to talk.
Will you Sarah?
Don't forget spending.
Richie, do you know why I said that? Richie, do you know why I said that?
Is that we say that? The driver is lying or
exactly? That's what I'm saying. Spending story was covering up from the broken glass, shielding
glass. Ìgbà tí wọ́n ní kó gba wọ́n ní kò sí wound because autopsy sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ ó dẹ̀ ní kò sí wound lórí ẹ̀ even gan autopsy sọ pé òun ò rí pé orí ẹ̀ kan ó kàn rí pé òun wáyé ni ẹni tó ti exhume tó ti bury sínú inú coffin tó kéré autopsy wá sọ fún wa pé òun ò rí pé Ayọ̀bámi jọ̀wọ́ bínú ó ní òun ò rí pé orí ẹ̀ Ayọ̀bámi. All right.
There's no vertebra. There's no vertebra.
No, look, continue. I'm listening. I didn't say what. I only coughed.
Alatima John to roll. That's what she said. Alatima connect mọ́ gbogbo nǹkan tí everybody saw, because everybody felt sorrow, and they say the things they feel that would confuse us or confuse us as
that will exonerate them
as humane. So bí orí yẹn ṣe kán. Only there was no injury in the head. Whether you bent your head to 90 degrees, I've not seen it done before in my life. Whether alive, I've not seen it. We are in death. Then it happens. But what we have to establish here is Ori Bobo ó kán ó dẹ̀ wáyé pọ̀. Doctor confirm that. Chairman, máa drop nísìn. Chairman, máa drop nísìn. Autopsy confirm tí bàbá Mohbad ti ń dúró dè tó rò pé èmi feel pé bàbá Mohbad ibi tó ti get it yẹn was the autopsy and I got confused right now today pé autopsy yẹn kọ́ ló jẹ́ kí bàbá Mohbad mọ̀ pé orí kan àbí ọmọ ẹ̀kúnjọ Monday. He actually came to tell us and they published it in the newspaper that my son was pied or ọ̀pá ọmọ mi ni. And I wish he went further. No, Richie Mabinujo. I wish he went further to say that ìgbà tó pa ọmọ mi mo rí pé wọ́n ti kán orí ẹ̀ sínú inú grave. Then doctor ní pé eyín ẹ̀ ti wà pọ̀ ó ti wáyé pọ̀ which means he died in agony.
So you people still believe his neck was broken from the house?
Don't you see?
The parents doctor examined him and he did not say he has anything broken.
Don't you see?
I know is this.
Inside the coffee.
Hold on. What me I know is this. When you saw him in the casket, they see hold on. You saw him in the casket. They see you saw Mohbad in the casket.
Leave that one. Hold
on. Don't say that.
No, don't go that route with that.
No, but tó rí nínú casket nǹkan tó sọ fún wa ní pé ìgbà tó fẹ́ gbé sínú casket pé ìfún ìyàwó bàbá yìí náà ló sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ pé pastor ló kán ọrùn ẹ̀ kọ́rùn ẹ̀ lè wọ́n.
Àjẹ́ tí sọ nípa yẹn lé ní.
Fantastic. Let's leave that. We didn't go to that.
Now.
No,
we didn't.
Listen.
No, that's what I said earlier on. Guys, listen to. That's what I said earlier on.
Chairman, 1 minute.
It was when
please.
they wanted. It was that case with coughing. It is not doctor. It is not when they took him to the hospital.
1 minute,
and no doctor has ever confirmed that.
One minute, please.
No,
Chairman, 1 minute, please. One question. Wait a minute. 5 minutes. Let me ask you a question with what you just said now. The Mohbad's stepmom confirmed that his neck was broken, okay? When they were trying to squeeze him. 1 minute, and then we saw that. So let me now ask you this question. Why is this not discovered by the pathologist? Is that a good pathology report?
The first pathology said the same thing.
Listen,
the neck
I only ask you a question.
It's not broken. It's not only this pathology.
Oh, God. You guys are funny.
No, Feyikemi, hold on.
Let's leave that.
This thing is very simple. Okay. We all saw the body in the casket. Only straight, only bent. Is that correct? In the casket.
Yes. It was going to 90 degrees.
Chairman, anybody buy yam tó bá gbé picture mi jáde wọ́n sọ pé ọrùn mi bend bobo ọrùn lè máa kàn.
Can you show yourself? Feyikemi, can you show yourself on the video?
See, listen, Feyikemi, bend le mi sọ.
Can we see it visually?
It's not broken.
I didn't tell you broken because I have not examined the neck to tell you it is broken.
Exactly.
But we saw
can you show yourself? Can you put yourself on camera?
It was bent.
Why do you
so
want
I
to
always
see
say
you said
so I always
at least I'm not. I saw Lemoni today. I saw some other people. Go and ask Arifa.
So Feyikemi,
no, you send the picture of your neck. Can you take the picture and send it to us?
I don't need that. I've asked you a vital question today. You listen when the driver said
I can show myself. Show myself.
You didn't say anything on that. It's only Wumi did not care. You didn't mention that.
About what?
In all your submission.
About what?
No, Chairman, you are right. You have acknowledged that. I'm talking of Rishi.
What did I say? Feyikemi, come to me.
Yeah. But when the two doctors
what's your problem about me? Tell me.
You said, yeah?
I'm listening to you. What are you accusing me of?
I said part of the testimony of the driver today that immediately after the show, Wunmi asked him to drive to the nearest hospital or to drive them to hospital. Mohbad said no. You didn't say anything on that. And you
I
have
have given her flower.
How would I say? Listen.
No, Feikemi, I have acknowledged that.
No, I know you have acknowledged that. I'm talking
She has played her role.
Yeah, listen, Feikemi, when chairman said it, did I object to it?
No, you never.
Okay, so what are you talking about now, Feikemi?
You never.
You should acknowledge that. You should
Listen,
raise it in your mind that nobody care for Mohbad in that house.
No. Listen, if you want to go that route, listen.
I listen to you now.
Listen,
Every time you say they didn't care for Mohbad.
I can go that route with you. Listen,
but no one has ever talked bad about Wunmi tonight from our
exactly. So I don't know what's your problem.
I'm not talking about tonight.
You're only talking about
Mr.
the doctor.
Yobami, I know what I'm saying. Maybe you are meeting me for the first time. I'm talking to Rishi. You know, I'm not talking to everybody in the platform. Yeah. I directed this thing to Rishi, and I know what.
So do you have a scope?
Chairman, chill.
If by tomorrow we have an evidence against Wunmi, I will come to the public and apologize. So you understand? That is one thing about me.
It doesn't really matter.
Definitely.
But you have been saying that they can't call us, they can't call this, they can't take him to hospital, and you heard from the horse's mouth today that Wunmi suggested that he should go to hospital.
Feikemi, listen.
Let him answer you now. Let Richie answer.
Hold on, please. Feikemi, listen carefully, right? I'm not anybody's fan on this issue.
Definitely.
All I care for is Mohbad. Okay? I'll repeat that to you again. Listen to me carefully. I'm not Wunmi's fan, and I'm not Joseph Aloba's fan. Not maybe now. Even if you don't know, listen. If you don't know, I've been accused.
I'm different. I'm Mohbad's fan
before.
Exactly.
So get your onions right. Get your onions right. Feikemi, okay? If you're coming up to me, have your evidence.
You always attack Wunmi.
That's that now, Feikemi.
Why would you care about her like she's somebody and she done killed that man? She shouldn't have killed that man for his fucking money. And nobody cares about her. And they don't have to care about her. It's about him. He's the one that's dead.
Care about who?
No, but listen, out of all the people that was dead, why he the only one that ended up dead? Like, do that make sense to you?
Thank you.
It doesn't make no sense.
Thank you. That's
and I'm not gonna sit here and let y'all keep talking about Wunmi like she's so perfect. That girl,
listen, Feikemi, I have to say something to you.
I just made my point.
When we joked about Wunmi offering the driver that he could have come inside to sleep. We all laugh about that. She was doing the right thing.
And I commended that too. She's doing very hospitable.
We said that. So you don't see that? Yeah. But when I said something against me, that's when you start growing wings.
You know, I quote your narrative. I didn't say no,
but why
there is a day that you said nobody cared for the boy. Sure, you understand me? For what? That is what I'm coming back to you.
No, the day you said something that nobody cared for the boy.
They suggested that you should go to the hospital.
And I'm standing.
And you didn't say
on
anything on that.
Listen, I'm standing on my words. Okay.
Now, we have now seen an evidence. There has now been an evidence that suggested that Wunmi cared for the boy. That evidence is out here now.
God bless you, Chairman.
Listen, what evidence are you talking about?
God bless you, Chairman.
Driver's testimony.
You call that care?
Send the testimony.
If you see the pictures they was in, she showed you she didn't care about that.
Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. If they care for the boy, number one, right? Why are they telling stories? Why are you guys telling pokies that Mohbad passed on Tuesday?
There are a lot of narratives.
Why are you building all those narratives?
Richie, that's
do you have any evidence to counter that?
No, it's not different. No.
Richie, that's a different thing.
What we are saying is that do you have any evidence to counter it died on Tuesday?
In the vehicle, according to the driver, Wunmi suggested that should we go to the hospital?
And Mohbad said
no. So that is taken. Let us take that.
Yeah, I took that. I never challenged that.
Suggested that. So that one, she did well to have suggested hospital.
Yeah.
Okay?
So
I'm still going back.
Why are you not attacking? Why are you not saying to your women that why are they attacking? No one has ever in this conversation or this program tonight has attacked me wrongfully.
Right, but if she did so well, she would have took him to the hospital. Like, she wouldn't have suggested taking him to the hospital.
Thank you.
Yeah, but I said Mohbad was an adult. He has the right to decline. And
no, he doesn't. Like, if something is really wrong with somebody, they don't have no right to do nothing.
It depends. I want to believe it depends on the severity of the wound.
Of the wound, yeah.
Okay? Of the wound.
But
if it's just a minor cut.
The government said it was a minor cut, too.
I won't go to hospital because of a minor cut. I will treat myself in the house. I will go and buy.
Right, so why did they suggest he go to the hospital then?
Yeah, maybe the blood. Maybe
I think out of care. I think duty of care.
Mohbad would have looked at it that no, this is just a small thing, man.
Yeah, as a man, we men, we normally like to show our this. Oh, this is just
exactly. So
even the nurse confirmed if she have seen the injury before, she wouldn't have treated that injury.
That's
okay. Nurse said if she has seen the injury, she would not have come.
Yeah, also yes. Yeah,
so which means it's a minor cut. It's not something.
Yeah, everybody was just saying minor. Even the pathologists today confirmed that again.
Trust me, they need to be tried in a different court. Their asses would be all in jail.
Different court. If it happen in US or Canada,
yeah,
nothing will happen to anybody in the house.
No time. They haven't been at the real court. That's just a fact.
Would you buy this idea? Would you buy this idea that the government have done their own test? The result is out, inconclusive. Baba has done his own.
A bunch of bullcrap.
The result is
unascertained.
Okay.
And that's why he need to be in jail with them.
Now, can the public now decide, okay, we want to go and do our own by ourselves and let the court give us permission?
I don't think who owns this case? Who is the owner of this case, if I may ask you?
It's public now. The public. It's Lagos State government.
The public. Okay. It's not the public, Mr. Rishi. After this request, is the corporate versus government. It's not the public.
Versus the states. So.
I asked him, man, what he's going to do once
so who are the states? Who are the states?
That man belongs
to the
not for the public. Who are the states?
No, the state is representing the public now.
Exactly. So what are you talking about?
I understand you. You put it in a government term. If all what you are saying now is not what government is telling you, that is what I'm telling you. Government did not come to you to ask for your opinion. They will do their research. I know they are part of public. I know that.
Mm-hmm. No, you know that the public can force the hand of the government to take a second look. If the public made a very strong outcry,
that's
Mr. Governor, we have to do this thing again.
That's what brought us here. It's the public that make outcry. Somebody like Iyabo Ojo and others, and people on TikTok that shout that they must zoom in. Yes, I know. And government have did the needful on their part.
On their part. At least they've spent taxpayers' money. They spent your money and my money to go and do that.
So, Kemi, don't dodge this question. Ayobami ask you two salient questions. You said before that, you said you believed.
Oh, Desiree is back.
All the witnesses from
Desiree, don't come out.
And did you hear my comma?
Let us.
1 minute. And hold on a second, okay. Please. And the driver gave his testimony today, okay? Mm-hmm. And the driver mentioned how he was called on Tuesday morning. Can you mute yourself a bit, please?
Okay.
Thank you. The driver gave the narratives about the two calls he received on Tuesday. 9 in the morning, asking him to go to the police station to go and report himself, right? And he was wondering why would somebody be asking him that kind of thing? And to the extent that he actually phoned home to double check with his family. Has anybody had a cross with the police, okay? Then secondly, he had another call at 12 noon saying Mohbad passed on. Now, fast forward with the storyline of this nurse story, okay? How do you want to plug that in with the time of event? Right? That's number one. Number two, we know fully well that the doctor who came to the inquest today confirmed the body, right, that he saw, right? That the status of the body. And we explained about that it could be anything from 3 to even 10, 12 hours, okay? So how do you want to plug that in? The timing. I'm talking about time-specific event now.
Yeah. Richie, right? I would have loved Desiree to answer those questions. Leave Feyikemi for now.
Okay. You want me to respond now? Okay.
Yeah.
No, let Desiree.
Let me, Chairman, please.
Hold on, Feyikemi. You have been talking. We have heard your own.
He asked me questions.
Richie, can
and
you
I know why he asked.
Desiree?
Okay, let's have somebody else's view.
Okay. Let Desiree respond. Feyikemi, you hold on. Desiree, you have had those questions and those times.
I wasn't listening though. Hello, can he repeat himself? Because I'm driving.
Richie, can you try to repeat?
Can you try to paraphrase it again? Let me
hear. Very quick one, right? We based on the report that came out yesterday morning on the inquest, right?
Yeah.
From the driver, that's 2 salient points, or I'll say 3 actually. There wasn't any stop at the bridge that maybe somebody was trying to throw a baby in the river and that. Okay, that's debunked completely. Okay, secondly, the driver mentioned on Tuesday morning, he had 2 calls, one in the morning at 9 a.m. asking him to go and report himself at the police station, right?
Continue on Highway 8 for 800
And he was wondering, maybe you need to mute, he was wondering why would somebody be asking him to go to the police station, right? And that let's leave that as that. And at 12 noon, he had another call telling him Mohbad has passed. And I want you to now put that into perspective. Fast forward. How does that meet? Or how do you want to plug that in with the timing of event of the story about the nurse on Tuesday, on the same Tuesday?
Okay.
How would you plug that in? Then the third one, so you can answer all together.
You say it one by one. I have so many things on my head. Do you think it's
I mean you can
that
okay listen, don't be insultive. I don't know what's your problem.
No. I don't want to be insultive, but
you can't be talking to me. I'm respecting you here. You need to show some respect. Okay?
Okay, please. Your lordship.
I'm saying to you, the third question is, we had the doctor confirming the status of the body, which is anything from 3 to 12 hours, right? That Mohbad has passed on. And we're talking about the time-specific event. So can you answer to that? How do you want to plug that in with all the nurse story?
Well, one thing I wanted to be sure of is, if this is a murder case, as you all claim, there is nobody in his or her right senses that will want to take a fall for something that he knows that this thing, that if this thing should happen, I'm going to jail for it. That's one thing you should know. Then secondly, well, of course, the nurse, do you want to tell me that the nurse
can you repeat the first statement? Sorry.
Turn right onto Wilson Street.
As you all, the public, that you all claim to say that, this is a murder case and stuff like that, right? That's your own belief. Somebody murdered him, right? And the thing is, nobody in his or her right senses will want to take a fall for something like that. So the nurse wouldn't have come out and be like, oh, yes, I'm the one that injected him. And how will it be possible that a nurse will come and inject a dead body? The nurse came to say her own story, that he met this guy alive. The guy came to meet him and met her rather and say, oh, are you the nurse and stuff like that? Or maybe it's the ghost of the boy.
First of all, a man accused them
so
of
this
killing
one
him.
that this one that the driver is saying, I'm not going to believe.
Not because somebody was showing a video of him saying
what the driver said, that on Tuesday morning. That is not possible. Maybe the driver is about saying Wednesday morning. Because if it's on Tuesday morning, and
you don't believe what the driver said?
I don't believe what is. I'm not going to believe what the driver said.
No, I'm just confirming.
That is what the people are saying.
No, madam. Desiree. No, is it Desiree or Desiree? Whichever. I'm just trying to confirm the what. Okay, Desiree. We like Desiree, sha. So.
Yeah, no, that.
Now, I'm very like to confirm. I believe what the driver saw. Because I can't tell.
I'm not going to believe that.
Okay. We're listening.
Nasi said he met the person alive on Tuesday. So how can the driver said the person it was on Monday that need not Let's just reason it together.
So from your so now
so
there's a conflict.
The driver said Tuesday. Calls were on Tuesday.
It was on Tuesday. It was on Tuesday that the boy died, that everybody heard about it. But the public, as they say, it's on. Public has said a lot of things that.
But the father said the father has said it's on Monday.
The father didn't say on Monday. It's you people that made him to say on Monday. Because
come on for us,
people. Any public, let's deco Monday. It was on Tuesday that he was called. So I don't know why you people should go back to the beginning
400 meters
and listen to him.
Okay.
So all this one that you people are saying, the reason why I'm not going to stand.
First of all, that man ain't gonna answer no real questions. That man gonna just be misleading.
Will you allow me to talk, please? So all this one that you people that call yourself public are saying, you've said a lot of things. Oh, the wife pushed him, the wife beat him, the wife broke his neck.
We have gone past all of that now.
No. It's part of it.
And what if she did that?
Because that is what brought us today.
Richie just asked you a very simple question to connect.
I'm just trying to figure out what if this guy did that to him.
Is this kind of questions that you people have been asking for the past how many years now?
Because we're trying to find answers.
Exactly. What happened to him? Nobody is saying it.
So,
we are trying to find answers.
With all due respect, you're rambling. You're not answering the question. You're just rambling.
Exactly.
You know that?
Exactly. You're not answering. You're not connecting those lines.
You say, yes, I'm going to rant. It's going to look like ranting in your ears because you don't want to hear the truth.
But
because
if we're engaged,
she has said she didn't
because you believe the nurse is lying.
No, she has
because
said
the nurse has not said,
she has said she didn't believe what the driver said.
I met him, his neck broken. Or the doctor says, when he was brought, I met the hand or the leg broken, or he was cut somewhere else. Everybody is saying minor cuts. What else are we looking for?
Okay, so if it's minor cuts, what made this man die? Is the question.
Can ask me. You don't have Google.
Why do I need Google? Because you don't have no common sense, obviously. If he got minor cuts, something killed this man. Babe, what was it?
Babe,
you're not going to answer that question because you know why? You're trying to cover it up with them.
In that country where you are, if something happened to someone, will you be doing all these things you are doing online?
They killed him.
If something happened in that country where you are now, will you be doing all these things that you are doing?
I ain't do nothing on.
Will you ever victimize the widow?
Trying to kill him.
I'm asking you because if you don't know what to say, you will never try that in the country where you are.
I'm saying what I'm saying.
How many people have died in your vicinity? How many people have died in your area that you come online to rant?
A lot of people died.
How many people have died in your area that you come online to victimize the wife?
Die in my area.
In your area, and you come online to victimize the wife?
They die everywhere. Trust me.
And you come to say this that you don't know about? And you come to say things you don't know about.
Yeah, no, I do know about it. That's what I'm saying. It makes
So
no sense.
Okay, Desiree.
You know about this
Desiree,
one?
1 minute. Let
Then
me
you should come to Nigeria. Why don't you go to Nigeria and go tell them the things you know about?
Hold on.
Instead of coming online, instead of coming online to say things, to say wrong narrative about the wife.
Yeah, but
I'm that is what we are saying. And the autopsy also said
I'm saying about every single one of them.
But autopsy has been conducted. Now the public wants to carry out their own autopsy. Then you people need to visit mental.
If she said he tried to throw her son in the river, that goes to show you her character.
What kind in the river? No,
I'm minding my business, but I'm just trying to tell people that don't make sense. Like they ask her questions, she can't even answer simple questions.
How many people in your country that you come to rant online that he killed his husband?
You don't want to come to America because trust me, you ain't gonna break the shit you get away with there.
This platform is for
come to Nigeria.
Somebody with a big shot they ass.
Come to Nigeria and go and
trust me, come to America, please. And when your ass get to prison, you gonna fucking feel it.
Then buy you well for that America where you did, and something like that will happen and
I'm
you
just
come online.
telling you.
They're not born your father well.
And they haven't born your mother or your father.
Now it's cruise. Now we are cruising because there is no more justice for Mohbad. Now cruise we dey. Now cruise the nigga to cool. Autopsy méjì lẹ ti ṣe. Ṣé náà tó fẹ́ lọ ṣe autopsy báyìí? Apá wa fún yín yọ. Now cruise we dey.
Hold up, just go to where you are going, man. Thank you.
By the time public yourself will do, federal capital will do, people in America they will come and do.
Thank you for dropping.
Anikeja àti Mohbad ṣe suya.
Why would you say a thing like that?
Don't be rude.
No, that's disrespectful.
But why say that shit in English?
No, that's disrespectful.
Bitch, say that shit in English.
Don't say that, man.
Trust me, I'm the one.
Really? That was quite insensitive. This is what we found on Justice for Mohbad. This is what we've discovered. These are Cynthia's supporters. They are kind of terrible people. If you listen to them, if you hear them speak, you'll be wondering what kind of person. We are talking of someone who lost his life, and the only thing that can come out of your mouth is that let them go and chop themselves. Let him go and roast his son. I mean, come off it. Even if Mohbad's father is wrong, even if he's wrong, if he's a bad man, like in that way, what has that got to do with Mohbad? What has that got to do with Promise Aloba? Is he supposed to suffer? Is he supposed to is it right? Is it right that you say such a thing, hurtful, because he's not alive to respond to you? And the thing that can come out of your mouth is, let them go and roast him. Let them go and hit him up. Let them go and chew him. Let them go and... No, that's bad. That is bad. That is wrong. That utterance is not acceptable. That utterance is wickedness, is evil. That's not the way to go. Who does that? So there are some things that have been established by the driver, and some of the things that the driver established is that what happened is that and talking about that injury, also talking about the injury, from what we saw, Mohbad had sustained that injury prior to the show, and none of them is saying this. None of them is talking about this. Like, he had sustained that injury before he went to the show. So maybe during this scuffle between Prime Boy and Mohbad was the aggressor, from what has been established. Even the driver said Prime Boy was sitting down. There was some kind of argument between Cynthia and Mohbad. He said he doesn't understand the language that they spoke, Yoruba, but he could pick on one thing that Cynthia was telling Mohbad. What are you feeling like? Is Prime Boy not your friend? Your childhood friend? Look at the way you are acting. Now, why? Because Prime Boy was supporting Cynthia. Yeah. Prime Boy was supporting Cynthia like, Mohbad, stop now. Don't do this now. Go and let's go and do this at home now, not out there in the public. Don't allow yourself. And Mohbad got upset like, how dare you tell me not to talk? How dare you tell me not to say anything? How dare you? You don't have the right to tell me anything. How dare you open your mouth to tell me that I shouldn't do nothing, that I shouldn't say anything? Okay, you know what? Get out of the car. Now, Prime Boy is like, guy, stop now. Why are you talking this? Why are you embarrassing me? And one of the things that came out of the mouth of Cynthia also is this, that, before you blow, before you became this, me, I'll go and borrow money, loan money from my own mother to sustain us. And now you have big mouth to talk, to say things. How dare you? So these are part of the quarrel, up to the point where it became so aggressive and violent that she even held on to the clothes of Mohbad. And the driver said, if I was the one, he doesn't have that patience, that he would have been aggressive. He would have returned back. It would have been back to back with Cynthia. But, it is what it is anyway. No one is encouraging any form of aggressiveness or violence or whatever. But that relationship has always been aggressive. It has always been that kind of relationship that is full of terrible things. I mean, they fight to finish, they quarrel to finish, they do to finish. It's an eyesore. It is what it is anyway. I believe strongly that if a lot of people go for counseling, that kind of counseling where you just be, there are a lot of people in relationships that you'll be wondering. You'll be wondering, what kind of relationship is this? A lot of relationship that is sick relationship, very sick relationship out there, very sick relationships out there. That needs to be some relationship that should not in any way exist. Some relationship that needs treatment. People that do not match. People with, the driver said a lot of things like, and the fight, the whole of the fight and everything, it ended the way it ended, and Mohbad went home. He didn't come out again. It's serious. It is serious. Like, if one takes time to look at the whole scenario, wow. If you take time to look at the whole scenario, you just want to kind of like know when to take caution. Make sure there is no fight. Anything that will result into a body injury, particularly the kind and type that is minute, and maybe later it begins to swell, then you go for some kind of treatment. Maybe if that thing happened in a proper hospital setting, they definitely do not, I hope, because it depends on the kind of hospital, I hope they will not have to now rush out to get medication. They won't have to rush to get medication to treat, to administer, so as to douse the effect of whatever it is that they are giving to him. So it is a sad situation, really. It's a sad situation. It is not something that anyone will pray or wish themselves to be involved. Nobody in his right senses will pray or wish or hope themselves to be involved. No. Nobody will pray for that. Nobody will pray. Nobody will pray to have themselves in such a situation like this. Nobody. So I don't know. A lot has been said anyway. A lot has been said on this. I mean, people have heard their opinion here and there on what they think, what they believe should be, or what should not be. But are we going to pretend that something did not happen? No. We can't pretend that something did not happen. It happened. It happened for real. Something terrible happened. Either it's Mohbad's fault, it is whoever's fault, whatever. The thing is that there are some strange things in this life that we are in. Strange things that you just don't. Is it negligence on the part of Mohbad's side, or is it something else? What exactly? Because if they are saying, oh, she told him, let's go to the hospital first, like I said, let us look at the cause of injury. Let's look at the cause of injury at first. From my own observation, I think that injury existed. Yeah, the injury existed prior to the show. But the scuffle that Mohbad had with his friend further made it bleed and all of that. Now, that injury, from my observation, it came from the scuffle fight between Cynthia and Mohbad earlier. So these things are intertwined. That's why Cynthia does not want certain videos to be released, because if those videos are released, it will give people insight. It will give them insight into the aggressiveness, violence, lifestyle that both of them lived. The kind of life they both lived. That's just the truth of it. So that's why she fought tooth and nail. Like, no. This must not come to light. Nobody must know about this. Nobody must see this. Because if they do, they will definitely put one and one together, and they will come to a conclusion that, oh, so you too, you are part of the aggressive institution, this aggressive life. That's it. That's the truth of it. People will come to that conclusion like, oh, so you two, you are not, so you two, you are part of the people who like to fight. So you guys were fighting. Oh, really? Oh, seriously? She doesn't want that. She doesn't want people to kind of see her in that light. Like, why will I be seen in that light? Why should I be seen as someone who is aggressive, someone who fought, who did this, who did that, and stuff like that? She doesn't want that at all. So these are part of the things she's struggling for. Like, I don't want nobody to see me as someone who had fight. Oh, husband and wife do fight. It depends what kind of fight. Because we've seen people who have been unalived. We've seen people who have been unalived by conflict, aggressive conflict, fight. So that injury, that's my suspicion, that injury was sustained earlier. Of course, that injury was sustained earlier because it has been established. We've done analysis on that. We've watched videos and we've seen pictures that shows that there is a cut in that particular part of Mohbad's hand that they told us about earlier. There is a cut there already. So that there's no two ways about this one. We don't even need to drag on that one. There was we saw it clearly. A cut was there. So anyway, you've heard all of their presentation, argument, fight, back and forth. People are passionate about this justice for Mohbad. So definitely you will expect Sometimes some bits of here and there, fight, quarrel, words poking against each other in a way that you'll be wondering if there is something else attached to their interest in maybe Cynthia or any other person. Yeah, that's basically how these guys roll. We believe strongly that there will be light at the end of the tunnel, and it is important. If not, people will lose hope in humanity.